Baby, come back. Any kind of fool could see there was something in everything about you. Baby, come back. That's how I felt, y'all. That's how I felt. But my baby came back. My baby, your baby, came back. And even though we still in the 6th season, it was on a break for a little bit. Felt like we was being done wrong. Like we was being cheated on. I mean, at least a half a year went by, That's entirely too long. But she came back strong. Even with the announcement of a 7th season underway. You know what I'm talking about. Tonight we talking that good. The Shaad. Season 6, Part 2, The Return. Episode 9, entitled, The Aftermath. First of all, I am your humble and most honorable host, Real. And this episode is brought to you by that good Jefferson's Reserve. That good Jefferson's Reserve and Coke, Diet Coke, because I'm old. You know what I'm saying? Old school. Let's just get down to brass tacks, shall we? We start off where we left off. Folks want Douda out of here. Like it's a known fact. Folks want Douda and his ilk up out of here. And Douda want Emmett up out of here. Emmett and Rob took that shot at Douda last time we checked out the Shaad. Called him up and everything. Set up a meet. Then shot at his. Now somebody gots to go. Somebody gots to go. Somebody gotta clean up the mess left between these two and their people. You would think this would be a cakewalk for Douda. I mean, this is his line of business. Anyway, we left off with Trig leaving out to go handle his business. We find him now creeping up in Douda's spot, ready to do that deed. Runs into Bakari. It's an uneventful, unsuccessful mission for Trig. Probably for the best. He heads home, runs into Lil Boo. She giving him all the grief. She like, I can't be with no killer. He hit her with that Cypress Hill. Told her here is something she can't understand. How he could just kill a man, Told her once a killer, always a killer. And that's just what she wanted to hear. She peace up out of there, leaves Trig to his smoke. Meanwhile, across town, back at Smokey's, Poppa and Jake getting a rap. Jake trying to eat for free, freeload a little bit. But Poppa ain't trying to accommodate. Poppa like, where Jemma at? She with Brittany, ain't she? You better watch, Lil Boo. Jake like, oh man, they just work together. Poppa like, yeah, but is that horizontally or vertically? Just then a whip pull up. Back window rolls down. Gun is pulled out. Zay hit Smokey's with about 40 bullets. Drive-by style. Fortunately, no one is hit. Emmett seen it coming looking out the window, told everybody to hit the deck. When the gun smoke cleared, wings, fries, and hot sauce was everywhere. Emmett goes home, shook from the evening's activities. He up at the window, standing with a gun. Kiesha like, all right, Malcolm, this gotta stop right here. Go sit your little down somewhere. They get to vocally sniping at each other for a minute. You know, this situation with Douda has clearly brought on stress. I mean, Emmett has clearly made some bad choices. Seems like one after the other. And those choices have brought on consequences, of which he is now dealing with. And Kiesha, for her part in this whole thing, you know, she also wanted the big house. Eventually, they bring down the temperature of their conversation, show each other some compassion, both apologize to each other for everything. Don't know how they're going to get out of this one, but something got to give. Meanwhile, on the other side of the town, at the Douda lounge, Douda got all his minions up in that piece. Looked like he done called an all-hands meeting. Douda declares that Emmett gots to go. The set me up like Mary and Barry, and now he gots to go. His time on earth is up. Asks Zay if he sent him them warning shots like he told him to. What I don't understand is if he gotta go, why is Zay sending warning shots? I mean, take his ass out already. I don't know about y'all, but I'm ready for Emmett to be up out of here. I mean, he ain't got to perish or nothing like that. Maybe he just run away and never comes back. I don't know. Finish him already. Douda like, you send them warning shots out? Zay like, yeah, I hit Smokies. Douda like, mofo, what? You just shot up my damn establishment. What is you thinking? He like, now we gonna be known as the chicken shop that got shot up. It's bad enough what we do to chickens up in that piece. I mean, Smokies is a spot where chickens go to die, not humans. Now people gonna feel that Smokies is unsafe. Unsafe to go and just get a 3-piece and a biscuit. You mother. Bakari joined in on the descent. He like, you idiot. Poppa was working last night. Goes to leave in silent protest to hearing what he just heard. Bakari, that is. Douda hit him with that Nino Brown line. Told him to sit his $5 ass down before he make change. He like, you on the clock, little player. What the you think this is? Chess club? You think you can just walk in and out of here as you please? He like, look here, in case you forgot, I'm the boss. You know, I'm kind of a big deal here. Anybody that tries to take me out and we both alive afterwards gots to go. Pronto, ASAP, in a hurry. I feel that, but if that's the case, why you just send Zay out with the warning shots? Emmett's soul could have been on ice this evening, laid out with the chickens up in Smokies. Y'all play too damn much. For real. Anyway, Douda holler for the crew to take Emmett out. Check the hospitals too. Get at Rob's no shooting also. Now Bakari looking like he on the wrong side of the fence here. It's looking like a clear conflict of interest for Bakari. On the other side of that coin, Alicia ain't no dummy. They up in the hospital. She like, we gotta move Rob, 'cause if we don't, he ain't gonna be here much longer. Now she knows someone is coming to take Rob out, and come they do. Nuck roll up in there at some point with hospital garments, pushing a flower cart, gun in hand, hit the room, but Rob was already gone. Alicia brought him home via the paramedics, ambulance, and all of that, back to her crib. You know, that's what having a little money can do for you. Now, Tiff ain't liking this at all. You know, she feeling like he's not going to get the proper care he needs. But Alicia's right, because if he stays, he get got. And that's the bottom line. She got him up at the crib with all the equipment he needs to maintain his situation. Even brought a damn nurse back. Alicia and Tiff up at the crib holding it down, taking care of Rob, and that's what they do. Eventually, Emmett and Kiesha come by to check on him. You know, to Alicia's dismay, Alicia don't want no visitors. She like, Tiff, what is this? I told you no visitors. Tiff introduces the visiting party as her friends, who now up in Alicia's spot unannounced. She like, okay, this is Emmett. He my baby daddy. And this Kiesha his little boo. He was doing the two of us off and on for years, you know. But one at a time mostly. At some point we just accepted his big head and decided we wanted our kids to grow up together. Alicia's face went to full scowl. Got her pressure up and everything. She like, if this ain't some damn ghetto black Brady Bunch-ish right here. Got on that old school. Told them that's not how ladies acted in her day. Rob hobbled into the room. He's so out of sorts, he don't know what happened after they shot at Douda. He like, did we get him? Got him mad maybe, but get him? Nah, player. Not even close. Emmett and Kiesha piece up out of there. Shortly after, Bianca drops by. Has a little chat with Tiff. Shares a little smoke together, you know. Getting a little small talk in. Bianca like, who weed is this? This you? Tells Tiff she might want to get her product up in her cigar lounge. You know, expand her clientele. Tiff down with that. Eventually, Alicia comes around, asks Tiff if she could have the room so her and Bianca could get a wrap. They get that wrap. Alicia tells Bianca it's time to cash in that favor. Starts asking about Douda. How well she knows him. How well he trusts her. Bianca looking a little conflicted. Like, I know where you going. You might have to ask for a different favor, but you might have to ask for a different favor though, boss lady. Shit. I don't know what's up in this Jefferson's Reserve. But this is doing all kinds of wonderful. Alicia start asking about Douda. Bianca looking crazy up in there. She like, you might have to ask for a different favor, boss lady. Like, you know, that's my off again, on again little boo. I don't know how this gonna turn out. I could see Douda and Bianca taking Alicia out. Like, Bianca don't seem like she quite in the bag for Alicia. Investing in her cigar lounge or not. At any rate, on the other side of town, Tracey and Deja getting a little rap. Deja talking about how Shaad wasn't man enough for her. Got on her Tony Braxton. How she had to send his one-way packing. Sent his ass out the country. Packed all his little shit up, put it on the couch. All his belongings. Sent the brother packing. Tracey talking about how she on a single journey. You know. How she do for self without a man. She on that 5-step program. Deja like, what? Tracey like, step 1. Put on sexy nightie or other lingerie type of garment. T-shirt and panties will also suffice as suitable substitutes. Step 2. Fire up and partake in anything that burn, goddammit. You know, candles, incense, weed. Just start burning some. Step 3. Find wine, open wine, drink wine. You ain't even gotta pour it in a glass, lil' boo. Depending on how you roll, just get your some wine. Step 4, dust off a romantic movie, such as Waiting to Exhale, Think Like a Man, Think Like a Man 2, or any VCR tape or DVD in that 90s relationship romantic movie type genre. Step 5, watch movie, drink wine, burn things until a cat comes on the screen you can lust over, rub one out, then fall the hell asleep. You know the scene. Deja like, I like that plan. Them two looked like they was about to jump off on each other. They was a little close. Speaking of getting it in with your lady friends, Brittany up in the studio with Jemma and Maisha. Little collaboration jumps off. Vibe is sounding good, you know. Girl power is abundant up in the studio at this time. Maisha like, y'all want to go get something to eat? Brittany and Jemma each like, nah, I got plans. You know, real shady like too, like they was unsure of themselves. They piece up out of there. Then the two of them actually go get something to eat together. Without Maisha ass. Got the nerve to post a pic for the gram of the occasion and all of that. You know Maisha was on the gram. Happens to see their post. Wasn't feeling it at all. Catch up with Poppa at some point. To him about the ordeal. She like, these shady chicks eating sandwiches without me. She like, these chicks eating sandwiches. The way she said sandwiches made me want a sandwich. I had to go put some ham and salami on some mayonnaise on a bagel, goddammit. Maisha like they had fries and everything. You know, sandwiches is my shit. Hell, and it was my damn suggestion. These they get a little rap, have a little moment. Looks like they might miss each other's touch, you know, Maisha and Poppa. Just then a little Kev hit Maisha on a text. Break up that little party. Poppa piece up out of there. On the other side of Chicago, Kiesha working on her relationship with her mother. At her mama's house, they talking about Emmett. Nina worried about their family safety, you know, after hearing that 8 chickens got shot up at Smokey's. Kiesha like Emmett handling that. She don't want to hear nothing her mama got to say about Emmett or their little relationship. She like, you ain't got all the answers, Sway. What's up with you and Dre though? Dre still hanging with her ex? Chick with them funky incense and massage oils? Nina get a little emotional. Tells her she had to let Dre go, as she was still in love with her ex. They have a little moment. And they have a little moment. Meanwhile, back to Keisha's other half, Emmett's bumbling ass. He got another plan cooking. And he ain't such a great chef, so, you know, after Kiesha tells him to work it out, find a way to settle the debt, goes to see his pops. Tells him what happened. Even Darnell calls him a dummy. Darnell does not mince a word. Probably had the Bluetooth on. Tells Emmett he need to convince Douda somehow that he worth more to him alive than dead. He know it's a long shot, but aside from picking up and heading to San Juan, that's all Emmett got. That's what he feel. Now we all know Emmett worth about a half a plate of Smokey's brisket. The way he process things and make decisions. Emmett get himself together, decides it's a good idea to go back to Smokey's. Tells Darnell he can't hide forever. Darnell realized he ain't gonna have a son with the breath God gave him much longer. Tells Emmett he going with him. They down at Smokey's. Jada comes in, being a mom, worried about Emmett. Asks him what's going on. They tell her what's happening. Darnell was sounding crazy to me. Now, I thought Darnell was the realistic one. He like, don't worry, Emmett got a plan. Emmett been had plans, and ain't none of them work out. Emmett tells his mom he got the gift of gab, so he gonna go talk to Douda, and it's all gonna work out. She like, that only work with women, fool. Not thugs. And definitely not thugs you tried to take off this earth. This is Chicago, remember? It's Chi-Town. They piece up out of there. Emmett get to work. Gets to talking to everybody in Douda organization that he can. He trying to move players like pieces on a chessboard. But we know Emmett ain't no chess player. Just a player, and a little player at that. Gets Bakari to come down to Smokey's. Tells Bakari he need to talk to him. Bakari like, what you need is a bulletproof vest and a one-way ticket to Singapore, bruh. You a dead man walking in these Chicago streets. What, you ain't know? Emmett get to playing them mind games. He like, ain't you tired of being under Douda watch? Like, ain't you ready to do something else? I know you hate him. Ask Bakari what happens when he try to get at you. He like, if it happened to me, it could happen to you. Now, Bakari knew he wasn't in love under new management up in that piece. And that he also didn't take a shot at Douda like Emmett did. So no way they in the same boat. Guess to walking away from Emmett's before he get caught up. Emmett hit him with the guilt trip. Told him he was there for him when he needed feeding. That's real. Bakari pauses. Emmett asks him who in the crew want him dead. Must have got in Bakari's head a little bit, cause Bakari pieced up out of there, hit up Nuck back at the spot, put the feelers out. You know. He like, Nuck, ain't you tired of this? Feeding him them lines that Emmett fed him. Nuck told him, nope. I stay paid. Told him to keep his head down and do the work. Like he working a 9 to 5 with a proper career path. You mean keep your head up and on a swivel. That's what you should be telling him. Nuck piece up out of there. Meanwhile, deep in them Chicago streets, Zay moving with new vigor. Got to bust his gun a little, you know. Cleaned himself up, making moves. Him and Nuck up in the Douda lounge, getting that heat from the boss. Douda getting Nuck's ass for not popping Rob at the hospital like he told him to. Tells him to take his square head back to the hospital and handle that. Told him to sniff for Tiff. You know, because if you find Tiff, you find Rob. Nuck piece up out of there. Douda wraps a taste with Zay. Turns out the money Brittany came into town with was from Douda to spy on Bakari. Ain't that some shit? And Zay is her handler. Zay tells Douda he gave her 30 racks. Douda like, damn. She gonna have to eat off that for a minute. And since she ain't staying with him like the plan was, she need to be spending less time in the studio with Jemma, more time with Bakari. Like all them dreams of being Lil' Kim gots to go. Bakari better tighten up. Douda don't trust him and got eyes on him. I mean, he even got his sister to spy on him. Zay go and meet up with Brittany. She tells him she need more money. Spent all the little money Zay gave her. Zay tell her he gonna need some info on Bakari first. Get on your job, boo. He leave up out of there. Somehow end up over at Jake's. Looking at Jake clothes, you know, Jake make his own clothes and sell them up out his crib. Zay hits him with some cash, couple big stacks. Tells Jake to take that like P. Diddy. Go get him some help so he can expand his business. Clearly Zay feeling what Jake is doing. Sees investing in him as good business, or so he made it seem. Had Jake throw in a few shirts in the bag for good measure and all of that. Now Jake ain't none the wiser. Ain't asked what the interest was, time frame on payback, if there was payback, just took that little money and everything. Jake just got played. Zay piece up out of there, and on his last stop head down to Smokey's. Emmett up in there, just sitting like he waiting on the Grim Reaper to come reap. Now why Zay ain't just kill him right then and there, I don't know. They up in Smokey's with the heavy chit chat. I mean, just getting a chat on. Chatty Cathy's, chatty Patties, whatever you want to call it, they chat. Like, why he up in there talking with Emmett? Don't Douda want him dead? Clearly Zay don't. Emmett throwing all kinds of spaghetti against the wall to see what sticks. Talking that whoever kills Douda gonna be the next boss, you know. Trying to see where Zay at with his. Like, what's going on, Zay? What's really hood? Emmett tells Zay, tell Douda that he need me. He need me. See, I'm a house Negro. And you's a field Negro. I'm what Smokey needs. I'm what Smokey's needs right now. Douda can't get rid of me. I give Smokey's that good face, that good front look. Zay pulled a gun out on Emmett. I don't know what he pulled it out for, but he pulled it out. Put it to his head and everything. Emmett like, where was you when we tried to cap him? Now right there, if I was Zay, Emmett's head would have been all over the wall in thousands of pieces. Cause he throwing salt in the game. Tell Zay to tell Douda he right here. Like, get back at me. Eventually Zay leave out and go back to Douda. Tells him he had Emmett dead to rights. Douda looking around like, so let me get this straight. You mean to tell me that you had him dead to right and you ain't kill him? I'd love to hear this explanation. Why not? Zay like, if we kill him, who gonna be the house Negro up in Smokey's? I know Douda was feeling like Fred Sanford at that moment. Like, you big dummy. Hell, since he put Nuck and Zay to work, I'm sure he done had many a day of exclaiming, you big dummy. Douda looked at Zay like, mofo, what? Just then his blood pressure went up from 120 over 80 to 180 over 100. He like, I can see this cat got all up in your head. Your teeny little pea brain head. Douda eyes got big as crap. Start laughing at Zay. He like, so I should let him live, right? Zay like, for now. Zay all cool with it. He like, for now. Like he got a plan. Douda like, okay. Then Douda did what Douda do. Got real cool with it. You know, like your pops who gonna beat that ass, but act like he ain't. let you think everything is good till he get up on you. He like, okay, yep. Douda hit him with the yep. Gets up like he about to walk away, walks around and behind Zay, get to choking the out of Zay. He like, you and Emmett set me up, didn't you? He like, where were you when I got hit? Zay like, I had a meeting. Didn't tell Douda with who. Somehow he let Zay live on that, because he did ask with who. He let him live for now. Douda like, where is Emmett? Zay tell him, Emmett said he wouldn't be hard to find. Douda lets him up, brushes him off, unwrinkles his jacket, pieces up out of there. Eventually, Emmett catches up with Trig and Bakari at the men's circle. Bakari talking about he want to change his life. And he should. Emmett talking about he want to talk to Douda. And he heads off to do just that. Goes up in Douda crib at the Douda lounge, sounding young and cocky upon entrance. He like, I heard you was looking for me. This Jefferson Reserve got me feeling like Lionel Richie up in this piece. Whoa, sail on, party. Good times never felt so good. Emmett went up in that piece sounding young and cocky. He like, I heard you was looking for me. What up? Like Emmett got a lot of balls. But it ain't like balls that, somebody who got a plan would work with. It's just like you just up in the spot like, what's up? In reality, we know it would not go down like this at all. If Douda was a boss like that and all of that, Emmett would have been popped a long time ago. Douda on the chill though, his pressure been up all day dealing with Nuck and Zay. Dealing with thing 1 and thing 2. And the man who tried to take his life, Emmett, who ain't even a rival or in the game like that, still walks the streets like nothing happened. That can't be good for Douda's rep. Man looks like he had a rough day, rough night. He just having a rough period. And he looked like it. And now his enemy has just made himself available up in his spot. Douda hit Emmett with the, I hope you got a suit for your funeral, player. Emmett talking that Beyonce talk. That irreplaceable chit chat. He like, what you gonna do without me? Douda like, mofo, what? What I'm gonna do? Get money. Hit him with that junior mafia. He like, Emmett, please. You can be replaced anytime. You think you the shit, don't you? At this point, I'm about ready for a bullet to meet Emmett in the grill. He like, if you let me live, I'll tell you where Zay was the night somebody tried to take your life. Douda like somebody? Somebody, mofo, you tried to take my life. What you mean, somebody? He like, I know it was you and Rob. Emmett tell him a lot of folk want him dead. Even folk he run with. So, don't get no ideas up in here. Douda like, all right. Playtime's over, Emmett. Gets up, grabs a gun, sit right up on Emmett. Like too close for comfort, get up on him. He like, give me one reason why I shouldn't get on my LL Cool J right now and put 14 shots to your dome. Emmett like, 'cause if you do, then I can't owe you. Somebody pop him, please, ASAP. Now, we done been here before with Emmett. He clearly doesn't process the gravity of the situations he's in. Emmett seems to just say what he needs to say to get where he needs to go. But he really doesn't mean what he says here. Hasn't thought it through. And Douda knows it. But he play along. Douda like, okay. Tells Emmett to take out Rob's mom, and you get to live a life for a life. Right off the bat, Emmett like, what you mean? Can somebody take Emmett out now, please? Like he just told the man anything he needs, he would do it. And now he got a question. On the other side of town, Jemma on that Katy Perry. At home tells Tierra she kissed a girl and she liked it. She like, am I a lesbian now? Tierra like, not necessarily. You just trying stuff out. You sampling. You know how you might go to a restaurant and try some new shit? She like, hell, I tried a lot of stuff. Tierra is a damn trisexual. She try a little of everything. Now Jemma looking unsure of what she want, what she likes. She gonna have that conversation with Jake so she could stop fronting. Stop hiding. She can get it all out in the open so she could see what's going on with her. Speaking of Jake, he catching up with Trig, talking about the interaction with Zay. Trig tells him basically he took money from Douda. Jake like, no, I didn't. Trig tells him it's a bad move. And you bound to lose, little bro. Now, Jake feeling good about the fact that he can now expand his business, Somebody took an interest in him and what he doing. Got to his head a little bit. Tells Trig don't worry about him. And that he ain't gonna lose. Trig piece up out of there. He gets up on the gram. Jake, that is. Start looking at some of his messages. Starts checking out some. He distracted already. Just told Trig he has some work to do. Guess he working on looking at some. Jake little business is going good. His life is going good right now, I guess. He got a lady on his arm. His business is doing okay. Got ladies in his DM. He riding high a little bit. Might be on that Mark Morrison once he find out what Jemma been up to. You lied to me. All those times I said that I loved you, you lied to me. Yes, I tried. Yes, I tried. Return of the Mac. That is Return of the Mac. Oh my God. He might be on some Return of the Mac. Hell, the way Jake moving though, on the real, he might be the next Emmett. He might be the next Emmett for real.